Hi guys, today I'll be looking ahead to days 3, 4 and 5 of Royal Ascot this week and giving you a few selections from each of the main races each day. So starting with the Hampton Court Stakes on Thursday, and Mahatheth is 6-4 favourite. Now he looks probably one of the bankers of the week, I'd say. The connections missed the Epsom Derby because of the soft going, so they've saved him for the better ground, and they've got it this week, hopefully. So hopefully there's no more rain. I don't think there will be before Thursday. And I do think Mahatheth is probably one of the bankers of the whole week at 6-4. It is a bit of a boring bet at 6-4, but it's better to have a winner than not. And I do think he has looked top class so far. And I don't think they would have wasted him in Derby if they thought he hated the ground that much. So I do think that they've waited for a better opportunity, and on Thursday I think he'll get it, and I think he'll carry on his winning streak. So excited to see him run, and he could be a potential superstar in the making, I think. The Ribblesdale on the same day. Now, if Divinely runs, I think she could run a huge race. I backed her for the Oaks, and she finished a really good third. She got a long way back in running. She would never have beaten Snowfall, obviously, but I think she would have finished a clear second. If she gets a bit of a better run through this time from off the pace, I think she looks a very genuine mare, and I think a mile and a half is probably her ideal trip. So I'm expecting another good run from her if they hopefully they declare her for the race. She just looks a game honest mare, and I do think she's definitely the one to offer a bit of value, hopefully, for the race each way. Now the Gold Cup, the main race on the Thursday. Be amazing to see Stradivarius win his 4th Gold Cup. So obviously I'm supporting him to do that. And I do think he's going to take a lot for him to get beat after his seasonal reappearance where he looked top dollar still. If you're looking for one for a bit of an each way value, I'd probably be looking at Trushan. Now he won really well at Ascot last season, and the softer ground would be ideal for this horse, I think. But he still goes on any sort of ground, I think. So I'm not too concerned about that. And I do think he's a young horse who is going to improve more and more at this trip at 2 miles. And Alan King is a good trainer for this sort of distance. I think he'll just carry on. His seasonal reappearance, although he got beat by Japan, he was giving it £5. So I do think you can upgrade that performance. I don't think Chester would have suited, as he probably wants more of a galloping track. So I do think True Shan at around 7-1, I believe, offers a bit of good each way value, as he's proven that the track, and he loves the distance. So I think you can't go wrong too far with him, who's a younger horse. Stradivarius could be vulnerable to younger horses now. So if you're looking for an each way bet, I think True Shan is probably the exciting horse in the race for me, looking at it. Now, day 4, the King Edward VII. Alan Kerr's the favourite, but Sal Lamrack for Aidan O'Brien I'm quite interested in. He had 2 runs last season and got beat both times, but the form doesn't look too bad on them, looking back at them now, and I think he wants better ground. He's had 2 runs this season, won them both, and he still looks a little bit green in the process. He's had to come from a long way off the pace last time, and he'd done well to win quite cosily in the end. Although it's only a handicap, I do think he's definitely a graded horse in the making, a group horse. His breeding, he's by Camelot, so he's very well bred, and I do think the step up and trip can only help him. I do think he could have gone to the Derby, but I do think they've missed that just because he wasn't that race hardened, so battle hardened. So I do think Salamrak at 5-2 probably offers a little bit of value in a way, because Alan Kerr, who, although he won last time and the form has turned out unbelievable, a day winning the Derby and Lone Eagle also winning at Goodwood, I do think he was 25-1 on that day, and I don't think they expected anywhere near a performance like that. And he was on the front end the whole way, and that was the place to be that day. So I do think that victory could look a little bit flattering for him. So I'd be tempted to take on Salamrat for Aidan O'Brien, who is a master in these races, and I do think he might get the better of William Haggis in the King Edward VII. So the Commonwealth is also on the Friday, and it's quite an open 6 furlong race, I'd say. I'm quite interested in 2 Clive Cox horses, Diligent Harry and Supremacy. I thought Supremacy would have definitely hacked up on his seasonal reappearance, but something wasn't right that day. It was too bad to be true. I thought he looked beat pretty much the whole race. So I think you can rule that one out, and I think Clive Cox will get him back on track for Friday. Clive Cox is one of the best sprint trainers I think there is, and I do think Supremacy at 10-1 offers a lot of value, as every horse can have a bad run, and it'd be stupid to not forgive him one. You'd hope he needs to come a long way back, obviously, but I think you can give him a chance at 10-1. It offers a lot of value at that. Diligent Harry's an interesting horse. He's done all of his winning on the all-weather, but he's done it really impressively each time. He did come second once, but you can forgive that. It was only his third run. And he definitely looks like he can take the step up in grade, I think. It's a guess on whether he'll handle the ground, but I think you've got to just assume he will. There's no reason not to believe he won't until he tries it. So I do think he's around 8-1. So I do think the two Clive Cox horses could offer some value each way in the race. Campanelli's a favourite, but I'm not interested in that horse really. Although she's clearly very talented. Wesley Ward has had a terrible time of it with runners at 6 furlongs at Royal Ascot. All of his winners come over 5 furlongs. So I would be concerned about that if you're going to back the favourite. So that's why I'd be interested in Clive Cox horses, as I think Campanelli you could take on purely because Wesley Ward's record at the distance. So they're my two for that race. Now the Coronation on the Friday as well. Mother Earth is 7-2 favourite, and as you guys will know, I tipped her up for the 1,000 guineas, and she won at 10-1 at Newmarket. So that was a terrific performance and a great ride by Frankie. I think you can forgive her last run. It came quite soon after her victory at Newmarket, and the softer ground probably wasn't ideal for her on the day. She still travelled and looked like the best horse, I'd say. Just the race planning and just wasn't ideal, I don't think, for her. So, but I do think you can obviously forgive her that. She had a bit of more of a longer break this time. And I think at 7-2, it's actually quite good value, because a lot of these fillies, they don't all progress from 2-year-olds to 3-year-olds, but she's proven that she has after winning the 1,000 guineas. And there's not a lot, you can't really criticise her in any way. Her form last year was strong, and she looks like she's developed a lot. Pretty Gorgeous is interesting, as she looked a superstar last year as a 2-year-old, but she only finished 7th from debut, being 15-8 favourite in the Irish 1,000 guineas. And she's had a few setbacks, I think. So I would like to see her go and win a race as a 3-year-old before you start getting involved with her. So when you have Mother Earth, who's done it as a 3-year-old, I'm quite taken with her at 7-2. I think it's a great bit of price, and definitely a sort of value you could chuck in the double with something else, for example, Mahathir on the Thursday if you wanted. So I do think Mother Earth is probably one of the best bets on the Friday, as I can't see how she's that big at 7-2, to be fair. So very taken with Mother Earth still at the minute. And on the Saturday, the Diamond Jubilee, just the one tip for the Saturday racing. And I do think Starman has all the credentials to go and win again. He has been highly regarded throughout his career, and they gave him a rating of 116, I believe, after his last win. Now, I backed Nahar last time, who finished like a neck second to Starman, and they pulled a long way clear at York. But Starman will probably have Oisin Murphy on him again, and it's hard to see him getting beat. Dream of Dreams is now 7-year-old, so that's not ideal. So I do think Starman on Saturday is the best bit of value. So thanks for listening, guys, and hopefully I'll find you some winners.